Britain's royal family is usually on vacation in August, but they've been doing a lot of work this week. Yesterday, we saw Prince Harry visiting with firefighters who responded to last week's riots in Britain. This morning, Prince William and Catherine visited a community center in Birmingham, which is one of the cities hardest hit by the looting, arson, and violence that led to 5 deaths. With us here in the studio this morning, CBS News royal contributor Victoria Arbiter. And it really says something, too. So we saw Harry, we'd seen Charles and Camilla earlier in the week, but now William and Kate. Does the fact that they are now making this appearance sort of add even more weight to these visits?
Absolutely. I think it's been really significant to see all 3 members of Charles's immediate family, shall we say. And the fact that they've gone to this area of Birmingham is particularly poignant. 3 men lost their lives in a very violent attack. They were run over by a car. There was an open-air funeral held yesterday that 20,000 people from multi-faiths all attended. And so the fact that William and Kate have gone there, they've spent time with the families this morning of those men that died, is really, really special.
This is also, it seems, not that the royal family has not gone out and you know, tried to sort of mingle with the people and been a part of things, and they're trying to be more approachable, and a lot of that comes from William and Kate. But it seems like they're also having an impact in the way they do these things. And Charles and Camilla the other day, the video we saw of Charles chatting and some guy handing him a CD, they were very touchy-feely. It's
really, really quite striking, especially when you see this from Charles. Charles has always been quite standoffish. You know, there's very much a barrier between him and people. He's very caring, he's very attentive, but you don't really see him getting really in on the action. We saw him hugging people. He was bending down, getting on a level with some people. People were referring to Camilla, hey, Camilla, rather than ma'am or Duchess or any of the sort of official titles. So it's really quite amazing to see this side of Charles. We've never witnessed this before. So you have to wonder, are the older generation of royals looking at the younger generation and picking up some tips?
It certainly seems that way. And how important, obviously you laid out for us why it's so important, had such an impact where William and Kate went today. But what about the places that were chosen by Charles and Camilla, that were chosen by Harry? Obviously some thought goes into that.
So much thought. It's been very strategic. Charles and Camilla flew down from Scotland, where they've been on holiday, and they went to Tottenham, which is where the violence started. It wasn't necessarily where the first riot was, but it's where things kicked off. Where Harry went, in Manchester, it's quite a long way from London, it's where the emergency services were hit especially bad. People were throwing bricks at them. They lost fire trucks. There was significant damage in Salford. And then, of course, where William and Kate have started their trip today in Winson Green, it's a community that really suffered a lot from these attacks. And really, the father of one of the men that lost their lives, he's been pivotal in terms of stopping the riots. He came out and said, enough, this has got to stop.
Which is pretty incredible. When you look at these days of horrific riots, the pictures that we saw, and now about a week later they're going, did they have to wait a little while just for safety reasons?
For safety, certainly, that would be the #1 factor, but also the authorities, the police, the media had to have a chance to focus on the real issues. People lost their life possessions, they lost their lives, they lost their businesses, but also those people that lost so much, they needed a bit of time to regroup and gather themselves. If a royal had gone to visit them last week, it would have been too much.
It would have just been a photo op.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Right.
This is what mattered.
Victoria, thanks. Always nice to see you.
Thank you.